everyone, welcome to this new video. My name is Joeke, I'm a vegan artist, and in this video I'm going to paint something and I'm going to show every step, so if you feel like it you can paint along with me. Of course you can just watch as well, but if you want to paint along you need something to paint on. I have this piece of wood. I usually go and buy a big piece of wood at the construction market and just cut out a piece in every shape that I want. So this one is sort of a circle. It's difficult to cut out a circle, but you can, make any shape that you want. You can also use a canvas or even a piece of paper, but make sure that the paper is quite thick because we're going to use paint. So you need some paint, just a few colors is good. You do need some black paint, some paintbrushes. If you have some ink markers, or if you don't, a permanent marker is good as well, preferably black, and if you have a white one. And yeah, I'm going to paint a pig that is looking up in the sky with a galaxy around it. So you can make whatever animal you feel like. If you want to draw another animal of anything you like, yeah, go for it. It's your piece of art, so you can do whatever you feel like. But if you don't feel comfortable drawing an animal, or in this case a pig, I did make a template. It looked like this, and it basically has 3 of the same pigs from a profile from the side view, and you can just cut out the piece that fits your canvas best and use it to trace it. So I'm going to do that now, and then we get started. So you can just choose whichever size suits your canvas best. So I have quite a small piece to paint on, so I'm going for the smallest one. And you can just place it wherever you feel like. I think right about here. I'm just going to trace it with a pencil. I'm just going to keep this for when I need to draw the eyes and things like that. But for now this is okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sort of space swirls. They're just like imaginative. You can do whatever you like. If you feel like doing something completely else, yeah, go for it. There's no right or wrong in art. I usually start sketching with like a light pencil, and then when I make mistakes or I want to go over it, I usually take a paint marker and use another color to go over it. Just draw whatever shape you feel like. I'm going to leave this area a little bit open because I want to add like a text or a quote. So when you have your sketch, you can just go over it with a lighter paint marker so that you know where you want to go and which lines are the ones you want to use. You don't have to worry which color because we're going to paint over it anyways. This one I'm actually not going to do. So the next thing I want to do is make some planets. You can use either a pass or you can just find something circular. Sometimes I use like the lid of the paint, and you can just use that. So now that we have our sketch done, I'm going to paint the pig first. You can use whatever color you like. I'm going to go for a slight pink. I usually don't have a pink color, only like this very bright pink. So I'm going to mix one. I'm going to show you how I mix a pink. So first of all, oh, oopsie, I get some white, enough to cover the entire pig. And you can take some pink, but you can also take some red. If you have, you can use a little bit of a yellow or ochre. And a tiny bit of black. We're going to take a brush and a little bit of water. And first we're going to add a little bit of red, just a tiny bit. If you use too much, just take a little bit of this and add more white to that, because it will take a lot of white to get this lighter. I'm also going to take a little bit of yellow or ochre and just mix little bits until you have the color that you like. You can also take a tiny piece of black. So I'm just going to take part of it and add a little bit more white. So when you're happy with the color, it's time to paint. And don't worry if you make a mistake, because we're working with paint, so you can also just go over it with another color. I'm just going to use a little bit of a different brush. I really like this one. It has like, yeah, it's a small tip on here, so you can do like small pieces like that or broader pieces like this. I'm just going to switch to that one. And it doesn't really matter if you go over the lines a bit, because we're going to add the background and it will be a darker color, and we're also going to use paint markers or other markers if you have it to smooth out things, so you don't have to paint so neatly. I'm just going to let this dry for a bit. Maybe we'll do another coat, I'm not sure. So now it's time to pick some colors out for the space swirls, or how you call it. It's just some fantasy thing that I draw, and the planets. So I've got actually quite some tubes of paint. If you just have a few, don't worry about it. That's fine too. But if you don't know what colors to pick, I usually just gather them around and just see which one I like next to each other. So for example, I like the blues kind. So for example, I like the blue here, and maybe something like this would be nice. I'm going for a little bit of lighter colors because the background is going to be black and I want to add patterns, so I want them to be visible. So I'm going to choose some lighter colors. You can also make them a little bit lighter with using more white. And just see whatever you think looks good together, which color combinations you like. So yeah, I'm going to use these colors. Here you can see the patterns that I use, and you can see that I use lighter colors so the patterns stand out more. I always use a tiny bit of water to mix the colors. And if you just have like 1 or 2 colors, you can just make a few colors with each tint. So for example, you have the regular purple from the tube. If you add a little bit of white to it, you already have another shade. And if you take a part of that and just add a tiny bit of black, you already have another shade as well. I usually just start mixing and see wherever it takes me. I don't mix all the colors up front, I just mix whatever I have and just go from there and add some blue to that, or yeah, so just see how it goes. It's time to fill in the black. So this always happens. My best sweater, and I just always put like the paintbrush like that, and then yeah, just stupid. So this is what we got so far. It still looks a bit messy at this stage. Don't worry, once we add like the finishing details with the markers, yeah, it will look much better. So I'm just going to wash out my other sweater, and yeah, we have a little break till this can dry, and yeah, see you later. So I'm just going to fill in all these lines to make it more clean. So, and for the pig, you can also take the example and just see where everything goes. Of course, you can do whatever you like. It's your artwork, and as long as you have fun and enjoying yourself, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So I'm just going to check a little bit Just gonna sketch a little softly with the pen so I can always erase it then, before I draw the lines with the marker. But even if you do and you make a mistake, don't worry, you can always, you know, add some new paint on top of it. And if you make the top corner a bit higher, you can see that he's smiling. If you put it down like that, he's looking sad. So I'm going to let him smile a little bit. You can also measure with your pencil, you know, how far the eye needs to go. And for pump markers, if they don't work very well, just really shake them. And sometimes you can just like pump them to get the ink flowing better. So now that the line work is done, I'm going to add patterns. You can add whatever patterns you like. You can use a black marker or some colored ones, whatever you feel like. So this is the result so far. If you want, you can add like a ring to the planets. And yeah, of course, we're going to add the stars. Yay! I'm going to leave this part a little bit open because I want to add a quote. And if you don't have a white paint marker, just take a really small brush with a small tip and dip it in white paint. With most of my art, I like to share my love for animals, and this is why I'm adding the quote, "We are all equal beings on this planet." So while I'm adding the quote, I would like to share some fun facts about pigs. Did you know that pigs dream? And this is not the only similarity to humans. Pigs are sentient beings who also have emotions, feel pain, have a great memory, a unique personality, and communicate with each other. Baby pigs learn to respond to their mother's voice at an age of only 2 weeks. And mothers communicate to their babies with grunts. Pigs are very social beings and form strong bonds with each other. They cuddle up together to sleep, often nose to nose. Pigs are actually very clean beings and keep their toilets far away from their living areas. They don't see very well, but their smell is about 2,000 times more sensitive than humans. Pigs can't sweat. That's why they enjoy mud baths when the temperatures are hot. And they're one of the most intelligent animals on this planet. So I really believe we should love all animals equally, whether it's a dog or a pig. So that's why I think that this quote, "we are all equal beings on this planet," really suits this painting. So yeah, that's it. I really hope you liked watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on another video. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Keep loving animals.
As I walk, these dreams will come true. Snow is falling, snow is falling. Don't you forget the great time we had.